Hello YouTube, it's Spotters321 here and back with another Pokemon Go video. So before I get started, don't forget to destroy that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more Pokemon content. Now let's get into today's video. Today, I'll be showing you guys the best way to prepare for events in Pokemon Go, like Go Fest, Safari Zone, and Community Day. These events can be really awesome. You can end up with a ton of strong Pokemon, shinies, and much more. However, if you're not well prepared, you're not going to end up being able to take full advantage of these events, and you're not going to have as great of a time. So today, I'll be making sure that that doesn't happen for you guys. So the first thing that you're going to want to do to prepare is make sure that you have Pokemon storage. This is a simple one. If you don't have any Pokemon storage, you can't catch very many Pokemon, meaning that you can't really enjoy the event because you're not catching a lot of Pokemon. For community days and Go Fest and those events, you want to catch a lot of Pokemon most of the time, and even if you're just shiny hunting, you still need a decent amount of space for those shinies. So as you can see, I have about 300 storage. I transferred a few Pokemon from below 3,000, and now they just increased it as of the time of writing, or time of recording, to 3,500 for the maximum that you can buy up to. So you want to buy as much Pokemon storage as possible so that you can catch as many Pokemon as possible without having to stop and transfer your Pokemon in the middle of the event. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have all the right items. You are going to want to have a lot of Ultra Balls and Great Balls, because Ultra Balls and Great Balls have a higher catch rate than Pokeballs, meaning they'll be better to use to catch all these Pokemon faster throughout the event. If you are running short on time, it's not awful to just go ahead and use Pokeballs, but if you are preparing a few days in advance, you want to try and get as many Great Balls and Ultra Balls as possible. And you also want to have a lot of Pineapple Berries, because they can straight up double the amount of candy you'll be getting. So in certain events like Community Day, where it's a strong Pokemon, like for example when we had Larvitar Community Day, you would want to use as many Pineapple Berries as you can so that you're getting double candy from all those Pokemon you're catching, and you can evolve twice as many. So there are a few ways you could do this best, one of which is to open as many gifts as you possibly can. The gifts can hold plenty of useful items such as Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls, and berries. And another way is to just go ahead and spin a lot of Pokestops, especially if you live in an area where there are a lot. One way to do this automatically is if you have a Pokemon Go Plus, a Pokeball Plus, or a Gacha, or any similar device, because they can auto-spin Pokestops. So this will help you prepare, and these will also be good to use during the event, because they can auto-spin Pokestops for you, meaning you can focus on catching Pokemon. There's really two ways you could take most advantage of these during one of these events. The first of which would be to set it on Pokestop only mode. That way, you can go ahead and catch up all the Pokemon, and it will spin the Pokestops for you, because they will only throw one regular Pokeball, and if it escapes, it'll just act as if it ran away. So in an event where you're trying to catch as many of them as possible, that may not be the best option to have it catching them for you, but it will spin the Pokestops, so you want to make sure to take advantage of that feature. The second of which is especially useful if you're a shiny hunter. What you may want to do is set it for both Pokemon and Pokeballs, but shiny check all of the Pokemon first, and then let your Pokeball Plus or other device catch them for you afterwards. So you'll end up catching some of them, but not all, and you'll still get any shinies that are there. You're going to want to make sure that these are charged before the event, because you don't want to wake up before the event and realize, uh-oh, my Pokeball Plus is at 10% battery. I'm only going to be able to use it for 30 minutes and then it's going to be dead. So you're going to want to make sure that they're charged, and of course the device you're going to be using during the event, you got to make sure that's charged as well. Then you're also going to want to look at some other tips and tricks for how to do certain things. One of which is the fast catch method in Pokemon Go. This is a method that actually allows you to catch Pokemon even faster. The way this method works is that you tap on a Pokemon on the screen. You then swipe the Pokeball menu all the way to the left, and then you can throw your Pokeball, but then let go, and the Pokeball menu will pop up. You then click on any one of the Pokeballs and you enter a glitch screen. Don't worry, you just run away, and the Pokemon, it will evaluate whether or not it was caught. If it's caught, it will be your most recent Pokemon. If it wasn't caught, it will still be there on the overworld map. I made a specific guide on the fast catch method. I'll have a link to that in the description for more information on it. And another thing you might want to look at is how to best take advantage of the Pokemon Go search bar. There are actually a bunch of commands that you can use that will help narrow down your search. For events like Go Fest and Community Day, you're going to want to use a couple of them. One of them is the star command. So you put in a number and then the star symbol, and it will give you any Pokemon that have that for their IVs. Because when you appraise them, it shows 1, 2, or 3 stars, and then if it's a 100% IV Pokemon, it will turn purple. So the way that you search for that would be 4-star, as I demonstrated right here. So during the event, you're going to want to search 4-star to make sure to favorite any 100 IV Pokemon so that you don't accidentally transfer them. And if you want, you could also search for 3-star so that you don't transfer those either, if you want to keep decently high IV Pokemon as well. Then you can search for Pokemon's names, like I'm searching Ghastly right now, but then you can also add a comma to search for another name. So let's do Ghastly, comma, Cubone. And as you can see, the Cubone came out as well. And then one final thing is you can use the exclamation mark to do not. So as you can see, there's a Hoppip right there. Do exclamation mark hop, and it went away. So it's showing everything that doesn't start with hop. And you can make long strings of this. I can do exclamation mark hop and oh yeah, another thing, the and symbol allows you to search for multiple things at once. So I could search for legendary and shiny, and it shows me all my legendary shiny Pokemon. I also made a specific guide on the search bar. I'll also have that linked in the description. And next up, you want to find a good area, because it all depends on how many spawns and Pokestops you have. If you have an area where there's no Pokestops and very few spawn points, you're not going to end up being able to take full advantage of the event, because without spawn points, you're not going to be able to find that many Pokemon. And then without Pokestops, you're not going to be able to easily replenish your Pokemon, your items, and Pokeballs. So you're going to want to plan out a good area to go. And you're also going to want to make sure to have Incense. Incense can be a very helpful tool during these kinds of events, and especially now. It will attract about a Pokemon a minute to your location. So in a 3-hour event like a community day, that's automatically 180 Pokemon, which in and of itself is a pretty good event right there. 180 of the featured Pokemon in an hour. But then when you compound that upon the regular spawns, you can end up with really, really high numbers. So Incense is a definite must-have. And then moving on, you're going to want to make sure to have a plan going into it about how you're going to manage your event, like where you are going to go for it, what time you want to get there, and you want to make sure to have all the physical things you will need, such as maybe a battery pack and a wire in case your device dies, a backpack, water so that you don't get thirsty, and have a plan for maybe how you're going to have your meals as well. And you're going to want to catch up on the in-game news as well to make sure that there isn't anything you're missing, like any special feature with the event or another way to take better advantage of the event, because you want to get as much out of it as possible. So I think that's going to wrap up this video. If you guys found it helpful, please don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you're new for more Pokemon content. I hope you guys enjoy your event, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.